Hey there, fellow base builders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus, Volcanic, Prometheus. Episode 27, Plumbing Up the Entire Base. So now that we have the extra power, each one of these is 1750. So just shy 2K. So now the base is generating about 3.5-ish. Which is not a lot. I wanted to mention. That is like a paltry sum. Because just the electric furnace alone requires about that much. So I will be adding more turbines later on. But the next thing we want is the electric pump. So the electric water pump needs 20 concrete and 24 steel. Plus 4 electronics. So here's the here's almost all the electronics for it. There is the 4 electronics. So I need concrete. And I have a bunch of materials for a lot of concrete here already. So that is 20 concrete. So we need to be mining iron and silica and stone. So let's just do the stone right now, because like I'll figure out if I need more silica once I have more stone to make the concrete. Also, have I pet you guys? Yeah, they've been pet. And all my pets have, like, critical water, critically low water. I mean, they won't die from it or anything. But the whole point of getting plumbing in the base is to solve that problem going forward. Never enough concrete? Yeah, no kidding. Especially if you want to start making convenience ramps. Because, like, I would say, I don't generally do it until late game. But, like, building ramps in high traffic areas where you would normally use thatch ones, like, makes a whole lot of sense when you use concrete, because concrete will never decay. So, you don't have to worry about having to repair it. But, boy, does it get expensive. So I picked up accuracy as another rifle skill to reduce bullet spread, which should help. Some of the long-range shots I was missing, I don't think I was missing so much as there was enough bullet spread to make me miss. Convenient excuse, of course, but still. So we have 6 concrete, and that is exactly the amount I need. Alright, so let's go hunting for iron then. I had mentioned the caves nearby had iron in them. So let's go to this cave. I haven't been in that cave in a little while. And grab iron for steel. Because I do have a bunch of coal that I mined up to make steel, but I know I'm going to need more iron. And then once we have the other side of this is in Tier 4 tech, I'm also going to want this. The marble kitchen bench, the plumb sink, the electric stove, and eventually probably the deep freezer, so I'm going to spend the blueprint points for that as well. Well, I see a whole bunch of coal here. And a little gold. So, the hunt for iron continues. Let's try this cave. I don't remember the last time I was in this one, so it's possible that the cave I have marked is been untouched. Pets generally do drink their own water when water's low, but they will only wander so far away from their, like, bind point, where, like, you told them to stay put, roughly. And I think in my case what's happening is, the pond of water that I live near is, like, just a little bit outside their, like, allowable radius. which is why they haven't wandered over to it. Either that or they updated it so that sulfuric water is just not appetizing for pets. I mean, that could be too. So I know I was after iron, but it's one of these, like, you can never get enough silica for concrete, so if I see silica, I mine silica. I wonder if chocolate's a vegetable or a fruit classified in the game. I don't know. I didn't mean to punch you. You are a delicacy. Okay, well, I was wrong. It wasn't either or, it was possibly a nor. Alright, I'm pretty encumbered of stuff I don't particularly care for. Oh, you know what? This is going to be annoying. Why aren't you two fighting? I think that redback is stuck. Iron. Hey, Brainbug, thank you for the resub. Does it make sense to have more than one drill going for rarer metals? Yeah, if you need them. If you're mentioning that as a consequence, meaning copper, I do not know where a second copper site is. So in my case, I am mining 100% of the copper I know of. If that further answers you in greater detail. And Jamie, thank you for the resub too. It said fruit of the coca tree? No, I'm mousing over it. It's literally classified as a delicacy. Right? Like raw meat, this is raw meat, this is raw meat, this is a delicacy. Different food types. So they updated food types now for the purpose of the Omnifeeder. Actually, what is soybeans? Probably vegetable? Yeah. Here, I'll make some Omni veggie food when I get back home out of these soybeans I just found. Ooh, well, there's bees in here. That's super useful. And then there was also exotics. And lots of copper. So I know that there was copper in the cave here that I had in mind, and there's also copper in this one that I'm certainly not going to have room for all of this, because I'm almost encumbered already. Yeah, so just yesterday, the, like, classifications of food changed. So that things are designated like fruit, vegetable, raw meat, delicacy, so on and so forth. You misunderstood the description versus the official tag type? Yes, yes, I was referring to it, the official tag type. Because now that dictates... that dictates whether or not I can make animal feed out of it. Because there is no Omni food for animal, delicacy, I don't think. Now, one of the benefits of the change to the Omnifeeder, the Omnifeeder used to be a lot more flexible. It just, like, made Omni food. It made just sort of gruel, animal gruel, generic. One of the benefits of it now is there's different types of animal feed. So you can fill your animal stomachs in multiple slots. Because that was kind of roughly difficult to do. It was impossible to do with the Omnifeeder before, because the Omnifeeder just made Omni food, like a generic one-size-fits-all type of food before, but now it can make different types of gruel. So it's been nerfed, but is more flexible, if that makes sense. So actually, I like the system considerably more as a result, because I think it's more balanced, and you can feed Omni food to your pets to make them stronger more easily, I think. All right, let's get rid of most of my exotics. And then turn this stuff into blooms. Wow, I really don't have a lot of blooms, though. I need more iron. And then, eventually, once my mortar and pestle queue is done, I'll get back around to, processing the honey. Been a while. Yeah, you didn't think about stacking the food buffs? Yeah, it's actually surprisingly useful when you want multiple food buffs in their stomach. Not that the animals right now are, like, taking advantage of that. But, they hypothetically could. For our electric pump, let's see how we're doing. We've got everything but the steel. We need 24 steel. I don't think I have any steel like squirreled away anywhere else in the base, so we have 4 of it here, and blooms for 15. So I just need more iron. I don't have any like magical steel that I'm hiding anywhere, as far as I can tell. That is not harvestable yet. It will be in a second. Was there more iron in the cave system over here? I know there was more copper that I, like, chose to ignore because at the moment I need iron for the steel. Is there a landing pad? There is not. Yeah, things like the food. So, to further explain, because of JD's comment there about the food bonuses not working for pets, the bonuses that pets get and the bonuses that players get are totally different. So pets can't benefit from player bonuses, in other words. So there's like animal food and human food, and they're kind of separated as a result. Probably for balancing reasons, because if animals could benefit from the unbelievable bonuses that the players have access to via complex foods, the animals would be like god tier. So for very understandable balancing reasons, the animals are very strong already. Food doesn't let them become that much stronger. Oops. Am I gonna get death-winged here? Probably. Yeah, pets are already OP. Yeah, absolutely. There's a few types of fights that, like, pets don't fare well in, but, like, most of the time, pets are just, like, amazingly strong. So they really don't need the crazy high percentage bonus foods that the player gets access to. I did, when I read about the whistle system, because now that you can whistle for your pets and give, like AoE commands, I immediately... Oh, you're dive bombing me, you little jerk. Ah, I missed! Dreadwing, more like Deadwing. I immediately thought that pets are going to be probably fairly instrumental in defense against hostile NPCs. So for those that don't know, on the near horizon, there will be an update to the game to add a tier 5 tech level. And paired with tier 5 tech level is going to be hostile NPCs and non-hostile NPCs. So NPCs that you will interact with in the game world, and some will be hostile and trying to kill you, presumably. And the AoE commands for pets, when that was announced, I immediately thought that, like, yeah, that's probably so that you don't have to fumble around trying to talk to your pets one at a time in, like, a combat situation with, like, hostile NPCs, that you can just, like, whistle and tell all your pets to run, or something like that. Or all your pets to attack. So I suspect that the two systems are roughly intertwined for the next big update. That was at least my assumption. Alright, that's about all the weight I have. There's still more copper and iron in here, as well as other stuff, but good for now. Is it worth upgrading my knife? Almost certainly yes. But I have 1 blueprint point, so I've been leaving that 1 blueprint point just in case it's like, oh god, I don't have something super critically important for me to make progress. Because, you know, it's always annoying to be like, okay, so I have everything I need for tier 4, and then being like, yeah, I don't have a materials processor blueprint. And you're like, okay, I have to grind out another level for that, or something like that. So I typically find myself leaving, like, 1 extra, or a few extra blueprint points for that reason. Because unlike talent points that you can just respec if you forget something important, blueprint points you cannot respec. However, you can grind them out. You get them infinitely until you have all the blueprints. For what I mean by that is, at level 60, you stop getting talent points for leveling up, but every time you level up past 60, you just get blueprint points. So you just keep leveling for more blueprint points, so you can eventually just unlock whatever you want. Okay, there we go. Time, more blooms. 37. Okay, I like that number. That's going to be a lot of steel. I'm making sense again. Quick, disrupt me and I'll start speaking nonsense. No! Don't distract me. I would say at this point, yeah, we have a lot of animal gruel. We have fruit and veggie gruel here. And there's a lot of food there, and it doesn't decay very fast, so... I hate when that happens. When it's just like... you were doing quick interact, and you just, like, pick up everything. Ugh. But it's actually, it opens up the downstairs here, so I'm gonna leave it with the improvements. Okay. We ought to have, with the new steel blooms, everything we need for a water pump. So I'll get this this steel smelted. And then we'll get the pump in. So let's pick up the water tool. I have water and power tool. And I'm just going to be putting the pump over in the water. Obviously, it has to go over the water. And I'm not too worried about keeping it protected because there's typically not fights over there. For reference, animals will pick fights with your stuff, but, like, they typically don't just, like... they have to be antagonized first, so they're not just going to, like, start smashing my, like, random water pump. That would not be typical behavior. And if you're really worried about that, of course, you could, like, surround your water pump in, like, walls or something. I mean, I'm not worried. I've never had an issue with it, so I'm not going to bother doing something like that. But I'm just saying, like, you could, really, if you wanted to. And possibly that becomes the new meta once, like, hostile NPCs are. I have no idea what the hostile NPCs are going to be doing, but it's... one might assume they could try to sabotage your base. So, like, walling up in a way that hedges against that threat, you know, might become a bit of a meta. Who knows? I'm going to switch crops. So some of these fibers I'm going to turn back into fiber seeds because I only have, like, 3 seeds for the fiber bushes. And the rest gets popped over here. And let's plant... Ooh. I'm going to plant wheat again. Now that I have a lot of honey, pretty soon I'll be able to make some pretty delectable... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Shoot. I'll be able to make some delectable stuff. So having more wheat is going to help. And for those, I'll probably just process them into seeds so that I don't possibly run out. And then over on the right there, I'll just do more wheat. This will just be a big run of wheat. How did I plant wheat in a... Okay, whatever. I didn't feel like I clicked there. The game's like, nope, you did. The reason why I haven't bothered with the better fireplaces is, like, all this is doing is turning wood into charcoal. It doesn't need to be higher tech than that. I have no use for a higher tech method, which is why I've kept it at just like fireplace. Just a easy set and forget. Okay. Is my steel ready? Yep, there it is. Perfect. Usually when I play, I completely skip over the biofuel tier pumps and go straight for the electric ones, for better or for worse. That's just how I prefer. And we'll put this bad boy right here. Now I'm going to want a water barrel. I want to put the water somewhere, but let's run power over to it first. Okay, it's powered. It's not providing any water because I don't have anything plumbed. So this is actually a really good use case. You know how I was like, I always keep like one spare blueprint point for the, oh crap, I forgot something important. I am not sure I even have water barrels as a blueprint unlocked. So this is probably exactly the use case I'm referring to. Where is... Yeah, I don't have water barrels. So, yeah, case in point, that's why I had an extra blueprint. So, iron ingots, refined wood, and epoxy. Iron ingots. Refined wood. Do I really not have any refined wood? Oh, I have some in the inventory here. Alright, water barrel. Done. And... let's repair my knife and spear and lantern. Oh, I don't have any animal fat. All right. Plan is to put my water barrel up here, because I don't really need to interact with it. It just needs to get plumbed. So it's right next to the battery, you know. No risk there, right, guys? And we'll run the water basically the same way we ran the electricity. And there's a bunch of stuff in the base that could benefit from plumbing. So getting it all plumbed up might be nice. There we go. So now we have dirty water. This is important. It is dirty water. What's in here? It's not like potable, not drinkable. In order to make it drinkable, we're going to want the purifier. And the advantage of the electric water purifier is it's going to make water even better for our thermoses than we currently have. So there's a net benefit there. So we're going to want 10 electronics. And then 2 titanium plates. And then the other thing we need to make sure is we need to make sure that we have the electric overhead. So at the moment, the electronic food trough is like completely destroying our power grid. Right? We generate 3,500. We're using 3,500. So we're just breaking even. And that's because this trough here is like super power hungry. So one thing I can do in this trough is just pull the stuff. Because it has like dozens of meals in there already. So I don't really need to be adding more. And instead I'll just make vegetable oil and soybean seeds and then biofuel. Alright, here's the water purifier. And this will turn the sulfuric water into drinkable lovely water. And, oh man, where do I want this? Oddly enough, I'm gonna put it here. Alright, let's get that plumbed. And powered. Alright, it is powered. And then for plumbing, the plan is to run plumbing under every beam like this so that I can wire or plumb and wire things up in an organized way to hide exposed cables. So there we go. Now I have like an infinite source of water. And the bonus here is this is purified water. Purified water requires me to consume less water and requires less stamina per action. And anytime I want water, I can stick it in there. Now, eventually, I'm going to have better uses of plumbing. So, the other things that need to be plumbed. The fabricator can be plumbed, so let's plumb that up too. And then we have a concrete mixer over here that needs to be plumbed as well. Which should be roughly right above this spot. Technically speaking, this can also be plumbed, although I'm not really using any clay or anything like that. But I'll hook it up anyway. And then, of course, our entire farm. Minus this one farm plot, because this one farm plot is wooden, and it should probably throw it out at some point. But before we go over there, this could use plumbing and electricity. Let's hook that up. There's the plumbing. And electricity. Oof. Cool. Glassworking could use plumbing. Basically, everything that is like semi-permanent in the base that can use plumbing, I intend to plumb. Oh, stone jaws. But knowing that like some items are going to move around. All right, so let's also start to plumb up the farm plots. The iron ones. Because what ends up happening when that happens is you get a plant growth speed. So they'll start to grow faster. Yeah, I hear you. I don't even care. And this is why I went with the iron plots rather than the wooden ones, because the wooden ones cannot be plumbed, whereas the iron ones can. So I knew that in the future I was going to have plumbing added to the base, which is why I invested in the more expensive ones. Will I get soil back for salvaging the wooden plot? No. But mostly because I don't own the wooden plot. It was actually a quest item. The first quest I took for the rescuing Daisy also had me grow tomatoes. Oh, I can't even plumb there. So that's what that wooden plot is from. The growing tomatoes quest line. And quest items can't be broken down. Could you not go plot to plot for water? No. Not without it being... Not while avoiding it being hideous. The thing is, once it's done, it's like done. I don't need to do this twice unless I rip something up, so... The labor of plumbing it one at a time is not a big deal to me. So I think the only one that didn't get plumbed is the wooden one. That needs to get phased out. So now we have plumbing in the entire base, and I still have a net bonus of water. We don't have a lot of water needs. We're generating 1,000 units of water. We're only using 150 of it for the iron crop plots. So we have plenty of water left over for other things. Oh, we need more wood in there. Charcoal is our source of gunpowder, so I'm just keep burning wood. Now that we have active plumbing, the last part of that is to get the water trough for the pets so that they can water themselves. Because at the moment, they are all, like, dehydrated dangerously. And, yeah, there's no need for that to be the case. So, we are going to want the filtered water trough. So that's 20 concrete. So let's work on that first. I can pull the old water filter, but, like, I don't really need to. It's not doing any harm. It has a little bit of charcoal in it, I guess, but, like, it's not a big deal. So that's a little bit more stone for the rest of the concrete. Why is there so many just like massive critters around my base right now? I'm gonna get you in the butt. My pets will deal. Missed me. Oh, we even unlocked some stone jaw data off of that kill. Did the corpses cause more to spawn? Not to spawn, but to be lured, yes. unharvested carcasses attract predators. That much is true. And if you want to avoid... Like, I don't care to avoid it, because all it's doing is leveling me up more. Because my pets do all the heavy lifting. The pets get the kills, the pets level up, I get the resources. It's a net bonus as far as I'm concerned. Just keep piling on the corpses. Keep bringing them on, and I'll keep butchering them. It's a feedback loop of success. I need 9 more. Perfect. We have enough for 13. As you see, I'm still using the old furnace here, and the reason for that is the old furnace doesn't require like an immense amount of power, so I'm going to keep using the old furnace as a like a cost-saving measure, so I don't have to upgrade the power grid at the moment. So I'm not eager to do that right now. Okay, I have the concrete now. The wheat's almost done growing. Damn, just quit spawning. Well, free XP, whatever. In this case, marathon runner for more stamina. I think I want to do more like health and stamina than I want like base damage. Base damage is not... I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's like not the biggest bottleneck for me. And then there are more talents I want in the gun tree. How many shots did you count? Or new life? But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start working towards the stomach for the food pyramid down here. And then I'll circle back to guns. Because I want to work towards food pyramid. Because one of the other bonuses of food pyramid is there's some really nice ones here, like getting more nutrition from food, or planting crops grow faster, or food decays slower in your inventory, and then food buffs persist longer. So the food buffs persist longer. Oh, I should have picked that up now. Is like one that I really, really, really like, just because having to eat food constantly, you know, gets tedious. Especially when you're doing long distance travel and it's like taking up a lot of weight in your inventory, and it weighs you down and all that jazz. So there's a lot of reasons I want to phase that out. Okay. That's harvestable? Oh, that's not quite... Oh, right, it doesn't have the iron crop plot. So it grows slower. It's not plumbed. I was like, what's going on here? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, God. You're full. All right, let's grab some of the resin. Okay. Next up, we'll need... I think I have everything else. So I need to move concrete mix, titanium plates, electronics, and carbon fiber. And then we'll be done. Oh, I don't have any electronics. Here, I'll just look this way. It's easier to find. 10 electronics. I thought I had already made the electronics. I guess I was mistaken. 2 plates. And then 5 carbon fiber. I've got 4 carbon fiber, I think. Oh, 3. So I need 2 more carbon fiber. And that needs aluminum. So you can see why I was mining the aluminum when I was in the caves is it's a requirement of the carbon fiber. And I'll have it cut the Q in front of the flower. Looks like I'm out of epoxy. Oops, I just like ruined my carbon. Well, whatever. I need both. So 3 more. Electronics. Done. And then the carbon fiber. And that was more than I needed because I had some already. It's fine. And this will allow the pets to then drink freely, and I won't have to worry about their hydration. So we're meeting all the pets' needs, so that they're kind of a set and forget, which is going to be great. Oh, I forgot to grab the plates. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus, Volcanic, Prometheus, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow prospectors.